Thom Hartmann here on the news. You need to know this. Republicans secretly love big government. At least 26 Republican-leaning states sure do. Despite over 30 attempts to repeal Obamacare and tenth-their arguments for social programs to be run by the states, 26 states have not set up their insurance exchanges, leaving it up to the federal government. As of last Friday's deadline, only 17 states submitted plans for their own health care exchanges, and 7 states declared they'll partner with the federal government. 24 of the 26 states that remain are led by Republican governors, many of whom have railed against the new health care law. Florida Governor Rick Scott has been one of Obamacare's loudest opponents and even ran his own anti-Obamacare group, Conservatives for Patients' Rights, to pressure Democrats to oppose the legislation. Now I guess he's just fine with the federal government stepping in to administer health care exchanges in his state. Harvard professor Theda Sackpol, an expert on healthcare policy and politics, said, "All this has a political side, too, and the GOP states are surely trying to situate their officials to cry blame against the national government anytime any little glitch happens. The Republicans think it's a win for them either way. If things go well, they'll take credit for allowing the exchanges to be set up, and whenever something goes wrong, they'll use it to attack Obama and the federal government. As more benefits from Obamacare roll out over the next 2 years, we need to remind people that it was Republicans who tried to repeal it more than 30 times. And this isn't just about a political win. This is about 30 million people having access to health care, something that should be a basic human right. No matter who takes the political credit, the American people are the winners when it comes to Obamacare." In screwed news, Wisconsin private sector unions are under attack. In 2011, Republican Governor Scott Walker stripped public sector unions of nearly all their collective bargaining rights, despite massive protests and Democratic legislators leaving the state in an attempt to block the legislation. At the time, Governor Walker said he wouldn't target private sector unions, but apparently his Republican state legislators did not get the message. The Wisconsin GOP has introduced and fast-tracked a new bill which would allow employers to cut workers' hours without consent from the unions. According to the Think Progress blog, quote, "The bill wouldn't require companies to negotiate with unions about cutting back hours in contrast to almost all similar laws in all other states," end quote. State Senate Minority Leader Chris Larson said, quote, This bill is a clear opening shot at undermining private sector workers," end quote. And to make matters worse, Wisconsin Republicans even want taxpayers to pay for their union-busting scheme, as the state government will be picking up the tab for the hours that the workers miss. The Republicans can no longer say their union busting is about saving businesses or the state any money at all. They just want to give their corporate buddies more power. In the best of the rest of the news, around the world, people are gathering in support of Bradley Manning. People in 40 cities across the globe will protest to mark the 1,000th day of Manning's imprisonment, where he faces months more in jail just to go to trial. Imprisoned by the military 3 years ago, Manning served much of his time in conditions ruled to be excessively harsh, which are prohibited under military law. According to the Bradley Manning Support Network, quote, "Supporters are gathering in cities across the U.S., Europe, and Australia for marches, rallies, art installations, concerts, live theaters, and other events to criticize the unjust prosecution and raise awareness about Manning's case. This case goes against everything we're supposed to represent as a nation. It's time we became the land of the free again. Let's show the world what democracy looks like and finally free Bradley Manning." The Supreme Court made not one but 2 major headlines yesterday. First, the court heard arguments between agro giant Monsanto and 75-year-old soybean farmer Victor Hugh Bowman. The case goes back to 2007 when Monsanto sued Bowman for violating their patent protection by planting second-generation soybean seeds. Bowman joins a list of 410 farmers and 56 small farm businesses Monsanto has sued for planting seeds produced by the very plants the farmers grew. The company's patented seeds are already used in 93% of soybeans, 88% of cotton, and 86% of corn grown here in the U.S. This case could mean the Supreme Court finally puts some limits on Monsanto's power, or it could mean our nation's food supply will finally rest fully in the hands of one corporation. The other big news out of the Supreme Court is their decision to hear McCutcheon versus the FEC, which challenges federal limits on personal campaign contributions. This could be the most important campaign finance case since the 2010 Citizens United decision. According to Mr. McCutcheon, money is speech, and any limits on campaign contributions violate his First Amendment rights. Let's hope the Supreme Court rules against Mr. McCutcheon and uses the opportunity to undo some of the damage caused by Citizens United. And finally, Newt Gingrich broke Reagan's rule number 1: thou shalt not speak ill of a fellow Republican. According to Newt, the Republican Party doesn't understand the rapidly changing demographics in our country. In an interview with CBS this morning, Gingrich said GOP strategists have failed to respond effectively to the new demographic landscape. Well, that shouldn't be a big surprise to Newt. Members of the GOP have also denied climate change, said a fetus is the largest organ in the body, and called evolution lies straight from the pit of hell. Gingrich said President Obama and Democrats are 8 to 10 years ahead of the Republican Party. Perhaps he meant to say 8 to 10 centuries. And that's the way it is today, Wednesday, February 20th, 2013. I'm Thom Hartmann on the news.